Hello there my friends, my name is Riskfish and today I'm bringing you a video on Warhammer 2 Total War. Since the start of Warhammer 2, CA has started to spread out legendary lords in the campaign to provide new enemies and environments to their respective races. However, there are still several lords from Warhammer 1 who share a starting location. This is a short series of videos that will look at where the excess lords could be moved to give them their own starting provinces, and today we'll be looking at Grombrindal and the dwarves. The situation with Grombrindal is that he shares his starting position with Thorgrim Grudgebearer in Carrack A. Karaz. However, Thorgrim has already been established in both the lore and the intro cinematic as the Dwarven faction leader, and Carrack A. Karaz as the racial Dwarven capital. Grombrindal is believed to be the first Dwarven High King, Snorri Whitebeard, which also gives him a claim on Carrack A. Karaz, which is probably why he was added there initially. Thorgrim, however, is the current Dwarven High King, which is why Grombrindal is likely to be one to be moved. Before I discuss my ideas, there is something I need to establish, and that is that the entirety of the Darklands and a portion of the Mountains of Morn can fit into the current Mortal Empire's map. Flayed Rock and the Haunted Forest are the easternmost points of the Darklands, and both were added in the recent patch. Additionally, the distance from the southern coast to Mount Silverspear is about half the total vertical distance of the Darklands. Likewise, the distance from the southern coast to Crookback Mountain is about 1/3 of the total vertical length of the Darklands. There is also a portion of mountains east of Kislev that extended to the Fog of War, which may well be a marker for the top of the Darklands. This is important because this area could be a potential start location for Grombrindal. One of the races most connected to Grombrindal is the Forces of Chaos. During the early days of the Dwarven and Elven Empires, Grombrindal and Malakath teamed up to hunt down the Forces of Chaos that threatened the Old World. Furthermore, one of Grombrindal's unique items, the Glimmering scale armour, was acquired during the Battle of Thrag, in which he saved Ungi No Chance from the Forces of Chaos. This is also an example of another of Grombrindal's traits. He appears whenever dwarves are in trouble to aid them in their hour of need. Another unique item he has is the Helm of Zuthbar, which was originally lost when the Greenskins temporarily captured that hold. The fact that Grombrindal has recovered this item also demonstrates, unsurprisingly, that he fights Greenskins as well. The final point to make is that in the Grombrindal saga, he is mentioned to operate along the World's Edge Mountains. Now, if you combine the expansion of the Darklands, Grombrindal's hatred of chaos and greenskins, his desire to aid other dwarves, and the fact that we know that he operates around the World's Edge Mountains, one dwarf hold sticks out more than any other, and that is the lost dwarf hold of Carrack Dum, aka Doom Mountain. The first thing to mention is that Carrack Dum is located on the edge of the Chaos Waste, and is also located next to both Nausicaan and Kurgan tribes, providing excellent opportunities for fights with the Forces of Chaos. Since the dwarves tend to be rather sheltered from the Chaos invasions, this would also offer much needed variety to the enemies of the Dowie, and is on the very edge of the World's Edge Mountain where Grombrindal is known to operate. Carrack Dum is also located near the edge of the Eastern Steppes, and at the top of the World's Edge Mountains, which make it a prime location to fight orcs, goblins, hobgoblins and greenskins of all denominations. Furthermore, Grimgor also inhabited the area around Carrack Ungor and the Blasted Wastes, and could be moved to either location in the future. The western edge of the Mountains of Morn also has a Skaven presence from Clan Mulder, who maintain dealings with tyrant Shrewdfolk by turning his rivals into rat ogres. All of these combined to provide an area of excellent enemy variety. There was also a dwarf expeditionary force sent to Carrack Dum, accompanied by Gotrix and Felix to save a small group of survivors there who were living under siege. As mentioned earlier, Grombrindal appears when dwarven forces are in dire need, so him leading a expeditionary force makes thematic sense, and he also has a close tie to Gotrix, who served as his shield bearer in the final battle against Chaos in the End Times. Interestingly, the other shield bearer for Grombrindal in the final battle was Joseph Bugman, so if he is added as a legendary hero, it could be a cool reference to the final battle of the End Times. There are other locations that are similar. Crackerdrak was a hold that was destroyed by a Chaos host led by Valma Aisling, and does actually tick many of the same boxes. There are however a few key differences. Crackerdrak isn't near any sizable force of greenskins, even if Azag was moved to Troll Country. Additionally, it is also not located in the Chaos Waste, and it is debatable whether it is classed as being part of the World's Edge Mountains. It is still a solid choice though. Likewise, Carrickflag is a lost dwarf hold that is located in the northern World's Edge Mountains. However, unlike Carrickdom that was only captured, Carrickflag was completely consumed by chaos with nothing left behind. In-game, the associated provinces also have a connection to both Grimgor and Neverata, so using Carrickdom is also a viable way to get the dwarves into the nearby area without contesting a province. There are also several abandoned holds in the western portion of the Mountains of Morn, such as Carrickvrag and Carrick-Azorn, although these have not had any recent Dowie activity. There are other locations such as Langwheel, which was known as Tor Ellisy during the War of the Beard, and is a site of the final battle of the war. This was the first recorded sighting of Grombrindal, however the Corone province is already owned by King Luon Leoncoeur of Bretonnia, with the nearby Northern Grey Mountains province also being contested by Heinrich Kremler. Cobra Pass, the home of the Lost Prospectors, was also considered, as the Lost Prospectors faction are cut off and separated from the rest of the dwarves in the World's Edge Mountains, putting them in somewhat of a risky position. Furthermore, in the Saga of Grombrindal, it is mentioned that he disguises himself as a old prospector, which could be a subtle reference. The issue is that the Cobra Pass province is in both the Vortex and Mortal Empires campaign, and adding him in one and not in the other would be a noticeable exception. Zuthbart is also worth mentioning due to his helmet being originally from there. However, considering this is right next to his current starting position, it wouldn't add much variety to the dwarven race. This sadly brings us to the end of the video. If you've stayed to the end, thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time. If you do find anything else, or if there's any hints that I missed, just drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.